Hello, welcome to Serona Tarot. This is your Pick a Pebble reading for the blue moon in October 31st, 2020. So first I just want to say apologies for not doing the zodiac signs for October. I've just been inundated with reverb. Secondly, I'm not sure I will continue the zodiac sign readings because I feel more drawn to do pick a card readings. I'm feeling there's so much going on at the moment. I feel that perhaps people are better off kind of picking up on what they mostly feel in tune with rather than the collective zodiac sign. But I'm still in two minds about it. Anyway. So welcome back. Thank you. Okay, so what we'll do is we've got 4 piles over here, each with different pebbles. So pick a colour that you're most drawn to or you feel drawn to, but we will do a 20-second meditation as well, just for you to have a bit more time, and then just go to the timestamps below. Now, just a couple of things before we begin. Blue moons are basically when you have 2 moons in 1 month, okay, in the space of 1 month. This is actually also considered the micromoon because it's the furthest away from Earth, and it's smack bang in the center of the equinox and the solstice. So it's also a bit in Uranus. There's a lot going on with Taurus and Uranus at the moment, or Uranus, whichever way you want to call it. And Uranus is all about surprises and shocks. And on the astrology front, there could be a lot of kind of earth shocks as well, so earthquakes even. So there are things coming up to the surface. Also politically speaking, again, a lot more shocks to come, I think. With it being so, the difficulty really with this this full moon, which is why I'm doing this reading, is because Taurus is all about security, stability, having food, having a good bank account, all those sorts of things. So things are kind of come to a climax. But with Uranus over there causing a little bit of mayhem, and there could be kind of energy charges either to do with that courageous solar plexus energy, or even if channeled in a negative way, sort of anger. So again, we talk with new moons, it's all about completion, manifestations, and also release. And of course, we've got the second new moon, second full moon in the month of October. So that which you didn't release in the first on the 1st of October, which was a very powerful full moon, then you get the chance to now. Although the thing is, with that being a micromoon a bit further away, things might not be as easy to release, but you do get a second chance in the same month. So there's something. What else? I feel like that's it. Okay, fine. Right, so we'll do a 20-second sound bowl meditation. So just to give you a moment, I got some sage burning here. I have pre-shuffled the cards. I've shuffled these beforehand as well, and I don't know what they are. Okay, so 20 seconds begins now. Okay. And just that you're aware, I don't actually count 20 seconds. I just assume that it's 20 seconds. So jump to the timestamp below, whatever you feel most drawn to, and let us begin. I'll start with you. Pop you over there. Okay, so what is the blue moon bringing to you for group number 1? Let's just move this right out the way. Sorry guys, I'm a bit out of practice. It's been a month. There we go. So those who are drawn to this indigo pebble, let's see what comes up for you. Okay, sacred destiny we have. Enlightenment. Okay. Slightly different setup, guys, as well, so just bear with me. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, and that's also full moon in Sagittarius. So again, we've got two big things happening. Enlightenment, really kind of, also the indigo, I'm thinking that feeling the whole third eye chakra is coming out quite strong. Enlightenment, coming into that enlightenment and being able to view from a bird's eye view what's going down, what's actually happening deep in the surface. We've got, ooh, birthing a new age. So this is the oracle deck here, and that's birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. Okay, then we have one major arcana, which is love. This is from the Good Tarot deck. So we talk about things not being seen in reversal. This often, this correlates with both the Strength card and the Lover's card. Okay. And then clarifying those, we have the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Okay. And then finally, we've got this beautiful deck here, which my sister bought me, and it's called Path of the Soul, and they don't have any particular specific meanings, although the book does have some meanings, but it's allowing people to pick up intuitively what is going on. Beautiful, beautiful, stunning deck. Okay, so let me have a look here. Okay, so for those who chose the indigo color, the dark blue pebble, the full moon for you will be bringing about a sense of enlightenment in sort of viewing, going outside your mundane, petty, day-to-day activity and seeing things from a bird's eye view. But with that, it's going to take quite a lot of strength. It's going to need a lot of kind of inner reflection, really going into the heart space to really see, to be able to sort of rise above things. Okay, in the process of doing it, you are, in a way, you are playing your part into manifesting or trying to at least dream up the kind of environment and the kind of lifestyle that you are more wanting to kind of get yourself involved in, and you are playing a sort of a manifesting role. I feel like the magician's quite strong over here. With on a smaller, so that's what's happening on a microcosm level. Okay, you're reaching that point of understanding, but it's fueled by this. You see, this for me is a very sort of solar plexus, sacral motivation, energy, and of course this bleeds in quite well with these two knights. Now we've got two knights. Knights represent action cards. Okay, they're people who come in and take action. With the Knight of Cups, this is all about it could be someone coming in with an offer of love, someone who's very romantic, and then we've also got this knight of this action orientated knight who makes things happen. Okay, who's got that va-va-voom. So I feel with these two over here, coupled with the strength, it feels like you're going to get a burst of energy moving forward and courage to get a project off the ground. Okay, now it could be a project, it could be why for some reason I want to say a love affair. Make the first move of the love affair, because we've got the Knight of Cups over here. So these two together talk about two different types of actions. Now these also represent when they're knights, with the actions, if they were people, because they are kind of like court cards as well. They talk about younger people, okay? Someone who hasn't quite mastered their skill because they're not kings, but someone who is very action orientated. In this respect, this would be in the heart space, very sensitive, very romantic, very loving, very thoughtful. And this is really like that kind of feisty energy of, yeah, let's make it happen, let's make it happen. For some reason as well, I'm picking up on two children in your life, needing to move forward. It's like with love over here, there's especially if they're children, it's like paving the way and having the courage to allow them to follow what's most sort of what's driving them, okay? Because this is very kind of real kind of, oh, let's make this happen, this fire energy. This is like that Uranus kind of support, surprises and shocks and things like that. But you've got these dark areas as well, but things are kind of mirrored and things are quite polarized there too. All right, so we've got, it's almost like there's two people. It could either be two people in your life or two orientations that you're feeling that you are needing that extra bit of determination to get through. Now, it could also be a choice between these two people. If this is not children, this could be romantic partners. So it could be in the fact of like perhaps you've got two people who have a romantic interest in you. One is very sensitive and loving, and the other one is like, yeah, really kind of boisterous, and not boisterous in a male or female version, just that kind of a go-getter, really kind of enthusiastic. And perhaps there's a choice between these two people. Okay, it could be that the full moon is bringing that to a climax for you, and you're starting to zoom out and look at the bigger picture. Okay, what I see here with the Six of Wands, this talks about victory. This talks about recognition as well. Okay, so you see, if you see closely, they are the man has been held up by all his peers because he's done really well. This is a bit like crowd surfing, right? Okay, so whatever's happening to you is really exciting. You're going to get that extra, I feel like more than anything for you, you will be fueled with this extra fire in your belly, this extra motivation to really push beyond the stagnant, push beyond what you've been a little bit uncertain about. I feel like there has been a bit of confusion up until now about which path to take. Okay, so if it's I mean, it's like if it was a work situation, you're like, what do I do? Do I follow my heart or do I follow my head? Okay, but both are supported, and you do have victory, you do have recognition happening. So, but with that, these are just this is secondary to this great enlightenment and look at the bigger picture. I mean, to have these cards side by side, very, very powerful. Okay, we've got this real reaching beyond. Now, they do say that the blue moon happens when it happens, the veil between the spirit and the physical plane is thinning. Okay, so you are going to be seeing things from a broader perspective. You're going to be having some aha moments, but not without you're going to feel, I feel like coming close to the end of the month, you're going to feel like there's bubbling beneath you. It's like something is brewing and you kind of don't know what, but you're pushing through it, and you'll need courage to do so. But you have this determined, you've got this, I'm going to do it. But the overall spectrum is this kind of indigo color, this sort of third eye chakra, which is being activated. Okay, and with that activation, you're starting to manifest and starting to pave the way. And this is very action orientated, but it is fueled by that higher knowing, that higher knowledge with your headspace, your cosmos, your crown chakra as well. And there is definitely going to be recognition. What else? Yes, I am drawn to. Okay, I'm going to pick a card actually from the Starseed deck here. This may or may not resonate with you, but I'm feeling drawn to pick a card from this one, which would be most beneficial for you. Just to see, oh, that's too many. I just want one, please. Just to see what's going to help. What sort of starseed energy is surrounding you at this time? This go-getting attitude. It is all very, very positive with this. Oh, with this Six of Wands. I just need one card, please. Just one card, please. Just one. Oh, you're going to give me so many. Only because of this dreaming a new world into being, and this real kind of looking out, looking from a very high vantage point. I feel like you might be getting a little bit of energy and support from the cosmos, which of course we all do anyway, but I want to get a bit more information, please. Anything more that would be helpful for the highest good of those who are attracted. Thank you. To this blue pebble. Ooh, karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. Okay. So there's where I was picking up with the polarities, okay, these opposites, okay, trying to maintain, again, yes. Now I'm picking up and being stronger here. Okay, it's like trying to maintain the balance. So these obviously could be people, and these could obviously people, these karmic relationships that they're talking about, okay, things that you need to work through, okay. But on the other side, it's like this stuck between trying to make that decision between what do you do? Do you follow your heart or your head? Both of them are very action orientated, okay? This is more of a softer energy, and this is more of like a raw energy, okay? So it could be if there are people in your life, whether they're children or whether they're romantic interests. I don't feel like they're family or siblings. I mean, these could also be people at work, but I'm feeling more that this is kind of more your personal life that's affecting you. There may be a little bit of conflict with regards to this energy, this fire in your belly, okay, which is why you're needing the courage and determination, okay, and potentially maybe even to make a choice. You see, we've got the two pillars over there. So we've got a lot of duality coming in, a lot of polarity coming in, and what they're asking you to do is to really rise above it, look at the bigger picture. We think about the full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is all about big thinking, okay? Seeing things at a cosmic level, okay? So really zooming out, and that might enable you and aid you to make the decision. There is an opportunity here to bring them both together, to be able to incorporate the heart and the head in that action, because we've got the Six of Wands, okay? And sixes are all about kind of harmony, bringing it in together. With this karmic relationships, Orion energy, remember that any sort of difficulties you have and any sort of conflicts or struggles you have within yourself, you know that I was talking about that bubbling, that brewing beneath you. Know that it is ultimately for your soul growth. Okay, again, we've got two people there, polarities there. Which one do I choose? Who do I choose? Which part of myself do I choose? Ultimately, though, you are going to be victorious. Ultimately, whatever you decide to choose, you're winning. Whatever, because what's happening is you are bringing in that solar plexus, that fire energy, that sacral chakra, which is all to do with kind of relationships and how you feel within yourself, and you're succeeding. You're going beyond the point that you've been at now. You've got the enlightenment. You're birthing something new, okay? You're creating it for yourself when you're doing it all by yourself, but not without a little difficulty. What else? Yeah, it could feel a little bit like you on, if you have a look at this card, beautiful card, that's a sailboat, and it's almost like it's hit the rocks, okay? But the top of the sails is reaching the cosmos there, okay? So in a way, it could even feel like perhaps you hit rock bottom, and that point is not going to be a point that brings you to your knees. Oh no. That is what's piercing into the cosmos, piercing into the greater understanding of things and rearing you to go. So it's like you have this aha moment. Whatever it is, whether it be work, I'm feeling more sort of relationships or relationships within yourself. Whatever it is, this bubbling effect, this shock, these surprises are going to push you into a higher understanding of yourself, of the people around you, and potentially will have a look at these karmic relationships in terms of soul contracts. Perhaps you get over a great lesson. This is all about expansion, okay? Soul growth, expansion, birthing something new. It's creative, especially with these two energies, very creative energies here. Ultimately, you will find the balance with it, with the 6, this enlightenment, this bigger picture. So I feel like you're doing 2 things at the same time. You're working with what's happening in your here and now in with regards to what you need to do, the choices you need to make, the determination, the courage you need to find. And that is all about finding the love around you, really seeing the love. You see, we've got 2 6s over here, okay? This is all about harmony and balance. And then we've got these 2 knights over here, okay? We've all got these the polarities over here. We've got the 24, 2 and 4 equals 6, which is again the number for harmony, right? So really it's all about finding that harmony within, but how you're doing it really is by embracing both. You're both dealing with the physical world over here, okay? Maybe it's choices between romantic partners, maybe it's difficulty with the children, maybe it's you know, do I follow my heart, do I follow my head? But ultimately you're working on 2 planes here. One is the physical and one is the spiritual, okay? And then as a result of that you get the harmony with the 6, the 6, the 6 over here. Beautiful, beautiful. So it's a really go-getting time for you. There may be a bit of conflict. There may be that ultimate thing that you need to release by the end of the month. But I feel like the shock really isn't going to be external to you. I think it's happening within you. You might be surprised by an upsurge of energy and motivation driving forward. You might be surprised or even shocked that you suddenly wake up one day and you're like, I've got to get this sorted. I have to make that decision. I have to move forward because you're tired of being in this kind of not state of confusion, but maybe where you just not seeing things clearly. It's not presented to you as black and white. You've been in that space for a while, and it hits that climax on the 31st of October with that blue moon, where suddenly you need to like either push something onto the next level, right? And with that energy, okay, or to release something, you know, but it's with strength, it's with power, it's with love. And ultimately what's happening is you're creating your balance. You're creating your balance between the physical and the spiritual. You are, excuse me, you are being enlightened, but you might only be enlightened as a result from doing all of these things, okay? It may also, if you feel like you're a little bit stuck in these kind of conflicts with the people around you, this again encourages you to sort of zoom out and look at the bigger picture, okay? What is it that I can do as in you? What is it that you can do to bring about a new lifestyle, to bring about a new world, a new sense of reality within yourself, okay? Because you have that potential there. That is all existing here. You have everything supporting you. And these 2 are supporting you too. So even if they're a choice between 2 romantic partners, both will support you. And you can have, not like you can have both, but you can be accessing the energy from both to help you move to that harmony, that recognition. There is victory and recognition over here, okay? But it might just be a little bit topsy-turvy to begin with. But I see you will be, as long as you can really look at that, really see the love around you, see the love within, that will give you the determination, the courage and the strength to move forward with that power. You're a powerhouse. All right, anything else, anything else, anything else? Can we clarify the 6 of Wands, please? Can we clarify the 6 of Wands? Just give us a bit more information for the 6 of Wands, please. Thank you. Just one, fine. 3 of Pentacles. Okay, so 6 of Wands with this recognition over here. The 3 of Pentacles talks about going back on something and retweaking it, okay? Going back on something and kind of perfecting something. It could also talk about collaboration with others. So I giggled there because we've got 2 other people in the scenario and you. Then 1, 2, 3, okay? So it could be like you are bringing in the energies from as I was saying, bringing in the energies from these other two people, these other two, let's call it energies, okay, and you're bringing them together and merging them into this collaboration to maybe it's completing a project, perhaps it's joining forces financially. I don't know why I never picked up on that before, but there we go, like having a joint bank account. Maybe it's a business bank account, but whatever it is, there's recognition in that, recognition in either perfecting what you need to perfect, or recognition from others and working together, collaborating, finding that common ground, okay, synthesizing, finding that harmony, that balance with it. Ultimately, when we're talking about polarities, we eventually talk about balance, okay? So ultimately, this will lead to a sense of balance, that physical and that spiritual, those two things, and that's what we all seek in life, is a balancing act. And that is all I have for you, group number 1. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, subscribe, comment below, and I'll see you next time. And again, apologies for the lateness of these readings. Let me put these away, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. And got this. Let's put these all away. There we go. So, group number 2, those who were attracted to the slightly peachy Pebble over here. Let's see what we have for you. Okay, so I have pre-shuffled the cards, and I took jumpers out the pack. I don't know what these cards are. Sacred Destiny, we have release. Well, that's very apt considering we have a full moon and it's all about releasing. Okay, Moonology, we have, my God, what do we need to release? Okay, so waning moon. So we really are, for you guys, it's really all about the release. And with the release, we're talking about acceptance, forgiveness, restitution. That is basically healing. Okay. Oh my God, guys, shit, you've been through some tough times. Okay, we have a deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Okay, and we have one major arcana with the, oh, and then we allow it for a new start with a Fool. Hello. We have, can't believe this, we've got the Fool twice. The Fool twice. So the Fool card is clarifying the Fool card. I mean, really, you don't get a new beginning other than that. Then we have the Page of Coins. And then we have the Queen of Coins. Good Lord. Ooh, if I had done this, I would have loved to have chosen this card. Then the final card is from this deck that my sister gave me, and it's intuitive. And if you just have a look at that, see if there's anything that you pick up from that. And then I'll bring my own interpretation. Okay. Oh, interesting. It's quite peachy, isn't it? Quite peachy. Okay, yeah, all right. So group number two. There is no, I mean, this is a pretty clear, very easy message. It's basically, with this card here, what I'm picking up on is kind of a sense of a mirroring image. Okay, of course we've got the yellow there and a bit of the red and the orange, so we're all talking about the lower 3 chakras. So the lower 3 chakras is all about the root chakra would be about maybe blockages to do with how you feel protected. Are you feeling safe? Sense of security. Moving into the sacral chakras is all about how you feel about yourself, your connections, your relationships. Okay, moving into the next chakra, which is the solar plexus, is all about how you drive that energy and your motivation forward. But we've got this mirroring effect over here. Okay, so I feel that there is we've got 2 release cards and we've got deep replenishment. So there's a major healing going on for you. Okay, What is going to be coming to the climax for you with this blue moon on the 31st of October is, it's, how do I put this? It's like that extra nudge and push forward. Those triggers are going to be, so where there are certain issues in your life that are unresolved, so then that can be anything, it has to be a general reading because it's a pick a card reading, where there are certain underlying issues that you perhaps have brushed under the carpet and know that it's niggling at the back of your mind. It is being mirrored back to you by the people in your life. Okay, you, with that mirroring effect, with that reflection, those people are reflecting back to you those issues that still need addressing. And what I mean by addressing, still need to be accepted, released, forgiven, and potentially, if possible, restored. And that would be a sense of healing. That would, the first point in healing is acceptance. Okay. So I feel like what's happening to you, what's been happening to you, is you've perhaps gone through a bit of a rough time. You're reaching a bit of an end of a major cycle within yourself, okay? And the final push on the 31st is like things will reach a climax whereby you can't ignore a situation anymore. You can no longer carry that baggage. You can no longer carry that burden. You're done with it. And so you will be likely triggered a lot by the people around you, to the point where you're like, you know what, I'm done. Okay. But you can't just, even though you perhaps have said this to yourself in the past, and you know what, I'll put that to one side, I'm not going to focus on it, I'm just going to move on. Even though you've done that in the past, you have not recognized it. You have not really dealt with it. However, it's beautiful, because what's happening here is whichever the things that have been triggering you, the things that are being reflected back to you, are to do with nothing really spiritual here, not majorly, you know. They are to do with the real base earthy vibes, because we've got Two of Pentacles here as well. This is all earthy vibes here. Basically what's happening is there are things that are triggering you in terms of how your sense of security, triggering you in terms of how you love yourself, how you receive love from others, and how you give love to others. This is all affecting your motivation, your drive moving forward. Okay, so you're at the point at the full moon, at that blue moon, you're at that point where you know what you are, you've reached that point, and you now need to express it. You now need to release it. You need to let go of it. And you've got to do it with love, okay? You need to shed those leaves. They've been on the branches way too long. They've had their time. It is time to move on so regeneration can take place. You need to really identify at a soul level, what is it exactly that I've been holding on to that no longer resonates with me? What is it? Okay? And once you're able to allow yourself to purge that, because it's quite a difficult, it's very difficult, because what happens is, it's like when you're triggered by these things, you're completely reminded from your higher self, or from you know, your spirit guides, or whatever you sort of resonate with, whatever, you know, your belief system is. You're being triggered by these issues that are being reflected back to you, okay? So what that means with being triggered is that you might find that you're on the defensive a lot, okay? You're trying to justify yourself a lot. You find that you are reacting, okay? You are reacting a lot, and that is just a beautiful signpost to say that there are certain things that you haven't addressed, okay? Use that as a guide to find out and dig a little bit deeper to know what it is that you need to release, okay? And with the releasing, it's basically as simple as acceptance. Simple, but not easy, okay? When you purge and when you release something, it's like picking at an old scab, okay? It's like picking a wound open, and it feels as painful as it did when you first had the injury, let's use that analogy, or even worse, because you're picking at healing tissue, right? But it's taking years for the scab to form into a scar, okay? And so what's happening now is the scab has been there for donkeys, and now you know within yourself that actually what's happened is beneath the scab there's a little bit of dirt, okay? So it wasn't quite clean, so it couldn't really form a clean scar. So now what you're having to do is you're having to pick off that scab. Oh, it's a horrible analogy. I can see it visually. You're having to pick that scar, pick it open, and clean the wound for it to heal properly, heal clean over. Okay, and that's where the deep replenishment comes in, the retreat. So whatever process that is of releasing, it requires bringing the skeletons out of the closet, facing them head on, which is always sounds more daunting than it is. When you face your demons, your inner demons, they're not really as scary as what you dread, okay? Face them head on. But that process could be potentially painful. And so you need to allow yourself a time to rest, nurture yourself, allow others to nurture you, be kind to yourself, take lots of naps, make sure you're hydrated. There's a lot of water energy over here as well, okay? And then connect with earth. Connect with earth for two reasons. One, very earthy, as I said. Two, we've got 2 pentacles over here and definitely the Queen of Cups coming up. 3, it's a full moon in Taurus, and full moon in Taurus is all about indulging in food, really feeling kind of secure and stable, and really enjoying the pleasures, the touch, sensations, the feelings, the hugs, all those things. Make sure that if there's something that you need to release that is, well, all of it will be quite painful, I'm sorry to say, but it needs to happen. It needs to happen. You've reached the end of that cycle. You've had enough of it. Okay, it's happening anyway. Make sure that you have a good hugger around you. You need someone that you are able to hug, to feel that touch, especially on that full moon, okay? So you need someone who's on your tribe. You need someone who's got your back, separate to whatever it is that you need to release, and make sure you have them on call for hugs, okay? With that release, beautiful as that is, you have the Fool, and you have the Fool twice. And the Fool talks about brand new beginnings, taking a leap of faith, leaping into the unknown. It's a 0. It's not even the 1, it's a 0. It's that potential. It's basically Spirit saying, wow, now you're ready to take on a whole new cycle and move with energy. I feel like it could be for a lot of you. It could be a new opportunity, some news coming in to do with money that's going to make you feel a bit more secure, even though perhaps you have been feeling unprotected recently. This brand new beginning is going to bring news of either money or a new job, okay? This could even be this could even be a new person in your life, a new child, okay? Someone who is bringing in a very solid offer, okay? This is a message, this is news coming in that's going to affect you in a very kind of earthy way. So whether it be money, news about where you live, maybe a new house, a new residence or something like that. It could be a new job offer, something that has longevity in it. It's very, very solid. It stands the test of time. And if it's a child that you have been, because I see 3 children here. If it's a child that you have been, where there has been some anxiety over, some difficulty, some worry over, it's going to come right. There is a good result coming out, a very positive result coming out of it, okay? It's a brand new leaf. Page of Coins, and then this is you. Now forget about, we don't talk about genders, we talk about masculine and feminine divine energies, okay? This is a Queen of Pentacles. See how solid she is. She knows exactly where her money is. She knows exactly what's going where. She is organized. She can manage a household and a working environment and the whole family effortlessly. Okay? She is feeling solid and stable. And that's what this new beginning is bringing you. Brand new security. But you can't have this new opportunity. You can't start this new cycle that is brimming with positivity for you and new beginnings and wealth and prosperity and love for I don't know why I'm really picking up self-love over here as well. Perhaps that's something that you need to address. Okay. Self-love in terms of self-worth, you know, or you know the picture. But you can't embrace this, you can't take this leap of faith until you make space for it. So you need to release first, okay? So with that in mind, knowing that things are coming to a climax for you, knowing things are reaching that tipping point, okay? You have a choice. You either continue to ignore it and let it chip away at you, okay? Or you allow once and for all to release it with love so that you can begin this brand new beautiful cycle that's waiting on the horizon for you. It cannot enter now because you are filled up with this energy from the past. Okay? So, be prepared for a space. If you can allow yourself, knowing this and watching this now, if this is resonating with you, which it should do because it's a very strong message, so it will resonate with somebody who's been attracted to this, be prepared. Know that come the end of the month, there's going to be a climax of sorts. There's going to be real, maybe like anxiety or unknown and worry that's affecting you in terms of how you feel within yourself, secure, protected. Am I all these things? Do people love me? Do they have my back? All that sort of stuff, right? You're going to be feeling that at a higher level. Knowing this now, you can put in the conditions to better serve you. You can make sure that you have the ice cream in the freezer. You can make sure that you can try maybe now book in a couple of days off just for yourself, knowing that you're giving yourself the space to be held, to rest, recuperated from this release so you can start this new exciting cycle in your life with vigor, enthusiasm, and courage and just like rah, love. Because it's all incredibly positive for you. So, group number 2, I hope that resonated. Good luck. If it did resonate, please like, subscribe, share the video, comment. I read it all. I love it all. And I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye. Okay. So, group number 3, those who was attracted to this sort of light blue turquoisey pebble. Here's your reading. The Sacred Destiny we have change. Change is afoot. Okay, in tarot, change is the transformation card, which is the death card, interestingly. Right, Moonology we have emotions are running high. Okay, this is a super moon. Whew. We've had a couple of those this year, haven't we? Very intense. Very, very intense. Oh, okay. Oracle, awakening. Energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Sometimes awakenings only really happen when things get really, really, they reach that climax. And of course, the climax is the 31st of October. Major Arcana from the Good Tarot deck, we have the Empress. Okay, it's all about nurturing energy, that feminine, divine energy, creation, nurturing, birthing new into life. Clarifying those, we have the Page of Cups. Nice. King of Swords. Ooh, and Justice. Right. And then the final card is this beautiful deck my sister gave me, which is all about have imagery which you have to pick up on your intuition. So I'll let you have a look at that now, see what you pick up on it. if it triggers you in any way or activates you in any way. And for me, let's have a look. Oh, number 1. Okay. Whew. Okay, right. There's a lot going on here. Whoa. Okay, so for me, I see a balloon being burst, okay? And everything is a little bit chaotic. Where everything was in the bubble previously, it was nice and smooth and gentle, but now it's burst open, okay? And we have, like, what do they call it? Like distorted energy like misplaced energy all over the show. That would coincide quite well with emotions are running high. And of course we have change. So okay, the full moon for you, group number 3, is that you are, it's going to be pretty full on come the end of the month, okay? Emotions are going to be running high because there is a change. There is something that needs to happen. There needs to be change, but perhaps you have been resisting it. You've been fighting against it for so long, okay? That's for some of you. Others, it could be, it's that you have been wanting this change, but perhaps whatever that change is, be it work, relationships, job, whatever, others are not on board with you, and that's why emotions are running high. Whatever it is, whichever way this resonates, there is a need for change, okay? A need for transformation, but I see a resisting factor, a fighting factor, conflict that's not allowing the change to happen. So perhaps that's you, or perhaps that's someone around you. But whatever it is, that's what's bringing the emotions high, because it's like two people not on the same page, okay? With the awakening and energetic upgrades, yes, this is great, this is lovely, like, woohoo, yes, I'm getting my energy upgrades, yes, I'm activating, being brought to a higher level, yay! This is great, yes, but sometimes it happens only as a result of hardcore lessons learned and hardcore kind of change happening, okay? So with this coming in after these 2 cards, this tells me, or this suggests to me, that it's going to be a bit of a rough ride. And you're going to have that awakening moment as a result of, you know, if there's an argument, you know how an argument sometimes people speak harsh words, or sometimes the truth comes out, you know, when you're at this height of this energy, height of this emotion, and the truth comes out, and then you have your aha moment. Now I get it. Now I see it. It could be something like that. Okay. I'm not seeing loads of spiritual stuff going on over here. All I'm seeing is a bubble needs to burst. That change needs to happen. That change is happening whether you like it or not. Okay, the idea is to rise above it and turn into this Empress energy here. Okay, so we've got with the Empress, we've got the Empress, the Page of Cups, the King of Swords, and Justice. Now the King of Swords and Justice, for me, would really validate the justice system over here. There has been an injustice, okay? So it could be dealing with, it could be that the situation that you've been involved with regards to this change, these emotions running high, is to do with a sense of something that hasn't felt like it's been in your favor, okay? Something that has felt like it's been unfair. And the point is now, you're at the point of breaking, okay? Because you've reached that 31st of October, you've reached that blue moon, that, you know, that moment where, okay, enough's enough, something's got to give, okay? With the Justice and the King of Swords, it feels like perhaps you've been dealing with another person. It could be someone who is of the character who, you know, works within the legal system, who is a governmental body, or representative of a, you know, civil servant. It could be a doctor even. It could be a policeman. It could be someone who would wear a uniform, okay? Now that with the justice would be that there's something that is involving a situation in your, I would say it would affect your finances. More so, finances on one side for some of you, and on other people of you as sort of an ethical injustice. Okay, something to do with morals and ethics. Okay, I'm feeling more finance, but there you go. And then we've got this Page of Cups, which is this new lovely, it could be regarding if it's a justice system to do. So if, you see, I see so many scenarios here. In one scenario, I see a woman who is fighting the husband for custody over the child. Okay, that's one aspect I see. Another aspect I see is a woman who is, or not really a woman, but someone who wants to create a new future for themselves and who's ready to embark on that change. But there is difficulty regarding money, okay, and having to deal with the authorities to some degree to enable that new birthing of that new lifestyle, that new future to happen. Okay, it could also be that there, I mean, there's definitely, it looks like a family situation here, but there we go. It could be emotions running high because of the child. Okay, even in a relationship, because this person is also the type of person, be it male or female, this is the type of person that in a really, really, really negative sense could be very manipulative and cunning. In a really, really positive sense, really intelligent, keen eye for detail, detail orientated, knows exactly what's going there, very, very clever, very witty. Okay, and the Page of Cups could be a child, someone who's very sensitive, very young child. Okay, but pages are also messengers. So this messenger would be a messenger of love, a message, the messenger of something that makes you feel emotionally satisfied and fulfilled and excited. Okay, because cups are all to do with water, which is emotions. The Empress is depicted here very earth orientated. Okay, but the Empress is number 3, and 3 is that sort of watery energy, that flow, that kind of creating something new. You see, water flows and can be molded and changed in many different ways, and can also water the gardens. Ultimately, yes, okay. Let me clarify. I want to clarify change for you. Let's clarify change for you. Why is change here, please? Can we get any more? Ah! Too many. Can we please get more information about the change for the highest good of those attracted to the turquoise pebble, please? Why is change here? Just 1 or 2 cards, please. Why is change here? Thank you. Oh, King of Pentacles. Okay. So the King of Pentacles talks about security, long-term security, your property, money, forward thinking, your future, knowing where things are going. And I feel like that is what is changing. So where perhaps you thought that you were going in one direction, change wants to happen. Change wants to step in, and perhaps there's resistance. Now this could also be another person in your life. This could be an older figure, maybe even a type of father figure as well, or a partner relationship. Okay, whoever it is, it's someone who tends to have their own business or be pretty much a leader, but very sort of solid and grounded. But the change is happening there. So I think that's where the emotions are running high. I think if anyone suddenly had a situation where what they knew the long-term stability was going to be, where they knew where they were going to be living, if all the things that they thought were in place now gets ripped under from you, your emotions would naturally go higher because you feel unprotected. You feel like you don't know where you stand. Okay, and that's why So it's the King of Pentacles represents years. It represents longevity. So it's almost like the change that's happening is twisting and changing everything that you thought in the future was going to pan out. Okay, you had an idea in your mind about how things were going to go, and it doesn't go according to plan, and that's where the emotions run high. Okay, it could also be that perhaps you are in the place of wanting to embark the change, but the person or the people around you are not ready to, and that's when the emotions run high. So it can work one or two ways, but ultimately it's a good thing. Ultimately, the bubble is going to burst. Okay, change is coming in. The bubble is bursting, whether you like it or not. It's coming in, and it's being burst for you. And it's affecting you mostly in the heart space, because we've got mostly green ray over there, which is your heart chakra energy. Yes, it's affecting you in your sacral there, and a little bit in how you motivate yourself moving forward and stuff. But we don't really have anything above that. We don't really have kind of like that spiritual understanding. This is affecting you. This burst bubble is affecting you mostly within the heart space, and it has a secondary effect on your sense of security and relationships. So relationships is quite hard, quite strong over here. I definitely feel the child vibe too. What I can tell you though is to manage, to be aware of your emotions running high, to try, if you can, to embrace change, okay, and just to kind of go with the motions of it. The bubble needs to disperse so that all those little mini bubbles can be placed in the right place, so that you can begin to create that new future for yourself, right? You are the creator of it. You can create it. You can dream it into being. Okay. This all rising to a climax, which it will do, because we've got the bubble here, we've got the change. I mean, really, it's so simple. I mean, it's so confirming. With that is going to enable you. This is now the silver lining. It's going to enable you to rise above. You're going to raise your vibrations, and in so doing, set all these beautiful things in action. Set all of this in motion. Okay, this awakening, this aha moment as a result of this bubble bursting, is going to put you in the Empress divine feminine energy of like, okay, right, so everything I knew before about how things were maybe going to go, I now need to step into my magician phase here and start creating a new thing. What is it do I want? How can I make it happen? How can I birth it into being? Okay, it could be that you get pregnant. If it's some sort of injustice that you have felt, something to do with money, legal matters, property, anything like that, justice is on your side. Okay, so with this burst, it may bring the worms out the woodwork. Okay, but it needs to happen in order for the scales to be rebalanced with justice. So know that whatever change is happening, it is happening for your highest good. Yes, emotions are going to be running high, so you need to check in with yourself about that. Yes, you're going to be on uncertain territory, and you might feel a bit confused and things are not that clear. Work through it. Find your coping mechanisms for working through it, because ultimately, once you get over that, you're having like an upgrade. You're having that raised vibrations to step into a whole new dimension here, a whole new way of being, and integration, and you're going to start working with the energies that are around you to make things happen. You're going to step into your magician phase of the Empress, of creation, creativity, new ideas, making it happen. And that is going to allow the you will only find that justice will only come in after this change, this bubble bursts, after you come to terms with it, after you really whoosh, it's happened. Okay, that's when justice will come in your favor. Now the King of Swords could obviously be someone you are who you have an injustice with, and therefore justice will be in your favor. Or it could be someone who's helping you bring justice, bring things to justice. Ultimately, though, all I can say for group number 3 is you're going to have a bit of a rough road. It's going to be you're going to feel very dispersed. You're going to feel very all over the place, and your emotions, your heart space, things are going to be affecting in your heart space. It's going to be challenging. But the aspect of change, this is something I tell my clients sometimes, is that if you think about change, it's only because it's new. Okay, we often fear changes because we're creatures of comfort. We like to know what's happening, especially with the full moon being in Taurus. It's what we know, what we secure, happy days, comfort zone. Don't want to jinx anything. Now, if you really look at things, sometimes things are actually completely in disarray, but because you're so used to it, it's familiar. And just because it's familiar, you're happy with it. So, for example, if you're used to someone treating you like shit, but you're so used to it, then it's familiar. So all of a sudden they come around and they start being nice to you. That's a change. And you're like, I'm not sure I quite like this new person, this nice person, because I'm so used to feeling shit around you. Okay? That's still a change. It's only because it's unfamiliar. So recognize it for what it truly is, and therefore decide whether that's still something you want in your life. Okay? Changes often bring about new opportunities. And I see opportunities here, and I see the scales of justice being balanced, which is very, very positive. But try and identify within yourself, with regards to change, how does that compare to what it has been? Okay? Is it just because I'm so used to that I'm afraid to embrace a new happiness? You know? These are the things you can ask yourself. But ultimately know that it is, the justice will prevail, but not without a bit of a blow up of some sort. Okay? Argument or shock or surprise. So I wish you all the best with this blue moon. Send you much love and light. And if you did like this, if this did resonate with you, please do like, subscribe, comment, share my video, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye. Okay, final group number 4, those who were attracted to the green pebble. This is your reading. Let's see what we have. Sacred Destiny deck, we have wisdom, diving into the depths of wisdom there. Moonology cards, we have communication is key, new moon in Gemini. Okay, so we've got the twins coming up. Oracle card, la la, priestess. You are how are you being called to step up and lead? And your major arcana for this reading, High Priest. I mean, really, I keep getting confirmations in this reading. We got the priestess twice. Okay, so priestess, highly intuitive, thinning of the veil, which is definitely what's happening in the full moon anyway. Secrets being revealed, tapping in to your intuition. For the clarifying cards, we have 10 of Wands, the Lovers, and the Moon. Okay. And then this deck that my sister bought me, which is the Path of the Soul, beautiful deck. These are intuitive images, so I'll let you have a look at it first, see what you pick up on, and then I'll pick up on something. Okay. Okay, so you are the only group actually out of the 4 now, where it's more of the spiritual side coming to light here. The others were very much involved with, you know, the physical plane, you know, sense of security, money, finance, all that sort of stuff. You, it's all about your spiritual ascension, but with regards to a loved one. Now, obviously, I'm picking up more strongly the sort of your romantic partner loved one. But this could be someone who you're very close to, work-wise, family-wise, all the rest of it. The climax that is coming for you on this 31st, this blue moon, is a grand ending of that which you've worked towards. Okay, so you're reaching the cycle with the 10 of Wands. You've been working very hard, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's been very hard going, so you have that final burden to complete. Okay, 10s represent ones, because 1 plus 0 equals 1, so you end one cycle and you're able to transition to the new cycle here. But we have wisdom, communication, and the priestess twice. Okay, so I feel like what's happening with you, with being quite a spiritual deck, this is you are coming, the climax for you is affecting you more in this kind of third eye, crown chakra area of your life. And that is oh, there have been okay, so for some of you there have been some secrets, things that have not been that quite clear for you with regards to the moon and the lovers. There have been things, areas in your life that have not been clear to you, okay, and intuitively you're picking up on these things. Intuitively you kind of know something's a bit off, and this could be with a romantic partner or someone that you really care about. Okay, it could be, I don't know why I'm picking this up, but someone that you know who's actually very ill, but they're not telling you. Okay, ultimately though, what is happening here is you are being called to find a new way of communication. Okay, and with that you are going to be stepping into new wisdom. We've got wisdom, which is obviously, if we know what the word wisdom means, of that knowledge through experience. Okay, so this is not intellectual knowledge, this is wisdom, this is knowledge, intuitive knowledge, knowing deep within, and through either experience or just tapping into your intuition. There's something that's not been on display, not being clear. Okay, it could also be that if you are fighting within yourself, that you're not being clear within yourself. I don't know why I'm picking up that, but ultimately there is some with the 10 of Wands, the lovers, and the moon card. Okay, this talks about perhaps a bit of a the ending of some sort of cycle of hard work with regards to a loved one. Okay, but things haven't been very clear. Okay, there's an element of illusion, and where we've got the 2 over here, we've got you've got 2 pillars over here, we've got 2 people here with the lovers card, and then I actually see 2 snakes meeting in the middle, but they're 2 beings. It's that they are almost identical, but one's coming from a very kind of motivated love orientation, and the other one is coming from a very kind of protection. So one is sort of more of the heart space, and one is more of the kind of security, needing someone to be their space. So one is higher vibed and one is slightly a little bit lower vibed over there, meeting in the middle. So they do kind of complement each other, but there is, at this moment, there is not that equal balance, and this is what's coming into understanding for you. So what's happening here is you've got 2 people. Now, if it's not someone that you feel closely towards, although this seems to be pretty strong here, then it would then be between you as yourself and you as your higher self, meaning you within your physical body, what you get up to day, and then you within your kind of your higher knowing, your higher calling, your higher spiritual being. And it's that balancing act between the 2. but I feel like it's more another person. Okay, there have you with this being how you've been called to step up and lead. I feel like you are going to be more from the heart space, okay, and you meeting someone in the middle of this union of some sort. It could also be a family member, but who's coming from a slightly lower vibe, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but just they're not coming fully from the heart. There's a bit of heart space over there, but they tend to be more driven by the illusions of physical reality, and physical reality is an illusion. So there we go. We've got this water energy over here. Okay, with communication is key. This is why I was picking up. So it's either with you with somebody else, which is probably going to be for most of you, but for others of you, this is you within your other self. This is like the good twin, bad twin. You know, the angel, the devil on your shoulder, that sort of thing. This is you in the physical body. This is you in your spiritual body. And it's about you coming together and speaking to one another. Okay. And finding that wisdom. And I feel like what's happening. Oh, wrong way around. What's happening here is that you are stepping into becoming, if you have been spiritual, if you identify with that, your intuition is going to be heightened to the degree where you might feel you need to take some sort of leading role in this, okay? In that, now Gemini, New Moon and Gemini, in this one, Gemini is the Justice card, the balancing act, okay? Seeing the both. It might mean that you need to step up in order to create the right conditions for open communication as a very kind of like a diplomat, okay? Democracy, that's coming to mind as well. It's like you are being called to embrace your heart space, to embrace that part of yourself, because that is triggering this inner knowing within yourself, this intuition, okay? You have this deeper wisdom because of that, and it's enabling you to now create the right conditions to have an open communication about a situation with a loved one, which has now kind of reaching that final burden, that final crux with you. It's like things are at that tipping point where you now need, and you don't know what the outcome is going to be, but you need to have that communication. There's a choice that needs to be made. Ultimately though, things are very kind of, I don't want to say wishy-washy, but with a high priestess, it talks also about secrets, okay, things not being revealed. And of course the moon card also talks about the same thing, illusions, things in shadows. Maybe it's a time that you really need to look into your shadow self, okay? But with the Lovers card here, this could mean love with yourself. It could be love with a romantic partner, but there is something that is not quite clear, and you are becoming more intuitive about it. So where something was maybe just happening beneath the surface and you were kind of picking up on something, you weren't really paying it much mind. And now's the time on the blue moon to open that conversation about it, to really gain clarity on it. I need to clarify some cards of these. So I want to clarify the priestess. Okay. So you are being called to take the lead in this, to navigate this into understanding, because I feel like both, if it's two people, which I feel like it is for most of you, then there is, if there's confusion your side, there's confusion their side as well, and it just doesn't help, it just doesn't serve. And so you are being asked to bring the heart space, the love into the situation, to have that open communication, void of any judgment or tit for tat sort of stuff, and lay the grounding for truth. Okay, why is the priestess here, please? That priestess. Why is the priestess here, please? Why is the priestess here, please? Why the priestess here, please? Thank you. Temperance. This also talks about divine timing, having patience. So whatever situation that you need to now have this open communication about, you need to be very patient in the situation. You need to perhaps give it a bit of time. You need to maybe just have that awareness of yourself, of how perhaps in the past you perhaps always interrupted someone while they were talking. Maybe it's a time to sort of stop and just be that listener. So you're creating that communicative platform, you're creating that space. It's a major arcana as well. So we're talking about divine timing. Let's clarify the moon, please. Why is the moon here? What is the illusion? What has been hidden, please? For group number 4. Nine of Pentacles. This talks about self-sufficiency. Creating, it's like going solo, it's like independence, having your own wealth and having the foresight to manage it and get it. It's almost like a bit of a wish card as well. So this suggests to me that what is not clear to you at the moment is that you or the other person perhaps want to walk away from this relationship. And I say relationship, it could be even business, family, friends, romantic. Someone wants to go out on their own. Anything else, please, for the moon? Anything else, please, for the moon? Thank you. Oh, there's loads. Okay. 4 of Wands, the Star, 7 of Wands, Page of Wands, and Ace of Swords. Right, okay. So perhaps you're picking up a little bit of this on yourself. Can't speak. Perhaps you're already picking up a little bit of this on your own. But it seems whatever strong relationship you have, whatever strong connection you have, it seems like there's someone in the situation, you or the other person, who's wanting to go solo, wanting to be independent and go alone to create their own happy lifestyle. Okay? They hope for this. They want healing from this. They need, with the Star card, this is all about if the person is kind of it could also, yes, I can't pick this up. This could also relate to kind of being in the public eye or stardom to some degree as well. And perhaps that's why they want to go it alone, because they want to create their own wealth and fame even. But on the other side, maybe they just need to go away and heal. Okay, they need to go and have the time to heal, to replenish, to be restored. Okay, there is going to be it is, if you have this open communication and this temperance in this communication of you leading this communication to really pin down what is really going on, they will be able to stand up for themselves. You can stand up for yourself too, as long as there's no tit for tat. Okay, as long as you don't stop pointing the fingers at somebody else, but stand firm in your own belief systems. And it could, as with the Page of Wands, it could be, this news to do with a new working project. Okay, and then the Ace of Swords, which is that truth serum, brand new way of thinking of the intellectual airspace. So it seems to me that the blue moon for you is going to bring about an epiphany of sorts, and it's going to be something that you're picking up on intuitively. The veil is very thin over this time, especially with you with all these cards. Your dreams are going to be like giving you little signposts and signals as well, so pick up on that. Okay, you're understanding things in a very sort of high level, but not quite sure how it really affects you in the physical way and how you really approach and apply yourself in the physical way. Ultimately, though, it looks as if a strong relationship, a strong connection with you is at the point when perhaps it's reached the end of a cycle. Now, I don't mean this as a cycle forever, like, for example, you are married and you have a divorce. I'm not necessarily talking about that. Someone needs to go off by themselves for either forever or for a couple of days or a week or a couple of years, but someone in the situation needs time away, needs time apart to just find their own grounding, they just need to be a little bit independent for a period of time. They need to stand in their own truth. They need to stand up for themselves. They need to speak their truth, because something within them is being so clear that they can't ignore it anymore. Okay, it's reaching that point and they maybe need to make a choice. The Lover's card traditionally used to be the choice card. Okay, so whether that's you or whether that's somebody else, someone needs to walk away to regather their own sense of self. They need to figure out themselves, okay? They need to follow their own desires for a period of time. It doesn't mean to say it's forever, but perhaps there's a working opportunity and they need to go follow that for a bit and then come back at a later stage. But whatever it is, they are coming. It's so beautiful that we have this High Priestess and this twice and this moon and this confusion, and then we end off on that clarity, that understanding, that clear truth, that new truth coming out. Okay, so it will come into clarity, it will come into all your intuition will solidify and climax to the point of knowledge and wisdom. Okay, but it's advising you to bring your heart space into it, to meet that person on the same level, right, and to create the right conditions so that that open communication can be had with love, with temperance, and with gentleness. Okay, and then it's also a reminder as well that if any information comes to the surface that is secretive and you weren't expecting, how to not react, take it in, spend time with it, and allow yourself to really process it rather than react from a bad place, if you see what I mean. So that's what I have for you, group number 4. I hope that it resonated. Good luck with the situation. It might not be easy, but I see clarity coming in and highly intuitive state, and your spiritual well-being really kind of putting you up a step and really asking you to kind of lead the way here. Okay, so you can't get that without quite a lot of work and a lot of experience to bring about that wisdom. So I congratulate you for that, and I wish you all the best for this blue moon. If you did like this, if it did resonate, please like, subscribe, and comment and share. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.